Uh, First of all, I'd like to ask you one or two questions about with you. Have you ever get angry or not?
Always.
So this is actually good lesson for all of us, no, especially for kids, to lesson how to control your anger and how to reflect what you do. So normally, when you are get angry or when you feel angry, what do you do to control your anger? No.
Maybe I lash out or insult people.
Some people
Yes.
talk and sometimes beat
You hit people?
people.
No.
Did you
No.
say? No.
So actually it is the normal thing. I think anger arises in our mind and time to time when someone do something which we don't like, and especially kids, they do kids get angry with someone advise them and something happen to them which they don't like. They get angry.
Yes.
So where the thing is, we should think about what happened to us when we get angry. When anger arises in our mind or in our heart, in our life, what happened to us. That this is the sort of story about that. I think you all have that story, so I don't. I'm not going to read everything, but I'm going to share that story. It's about the ancient time. There, if someone want to learn, normally they go to teacher's house. That's how I learn about in our culture. But I don't know what your culture in ancient time. But in my culture, we learn there were no separate school like this, like today. But if someone want to go to school to study something, they go to teacher's house. They stay there every day with group. As a group, then they study everything what teacher taught. Whenever teacher satisfied the students can go home back. It may be take 10 years, maybe take 5 years, maybe take 20 years. It depends on their studies ability. At that time, teacher give food for provide everything, and students learn and do other homework. It means the help teacher to manage the home and school. So that's the basic information about the ancient time in our school. So I think you have only 2-3 kids. So they all every time they get angry and lot of argument, no? So what happen if there is 10 students and 20 students one place?
Ooh.
There may be lot of
More
lot of
conflict.
argument,
More
lot of-
conflict. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was students who get angry every time and use harsh word and quarrel with each other. If someone look direct him, he get angry. Sometimes when teacher advise him, he get angry and go back. And that's his nature. So no one like to make a friendship with him because we don't know when he get fired. Sometimes he beat, scold. So that's the main thing about main character of that students. So there were no one students who never fight with quarrel with that student. So the teacher think how I can advise him. So one day there was a big fight, a big argument with one of the students, and he beat the stick with which was with him. Then teacher got that teacher received that complaint. Then at night evening, teacher called that students, and he had a wooden board and bag of nails and hammer with teacher. Then teacher asked kindly, and dear son, tell me what happened this morning. It happened this morning, and teacher talked with that student in the evening. Then it's little bit calm, and it had some times to reflect what he done. So the students talk everything what was it as it is. So then teacher asked, why did you beat him? I'm sorry teacher, I got really angry. I cannot control my anger. I'm so sorry. The teacher asked, then see what happened. When anger arises in your mind, you beat that student. It makes the students unhappy and lot of pain for him. At the same time, now you feel sorry. You feel guilty what you have done. So it is not good to arise anger in your mind. So it is good to control anger. I have a way to control the anger. Then please listen carefully and do what I say you when you anger arises in your mind. Saying that, the teacher gives the wooden board and the hammer and packet of nail. When anger arises in your mind, don't make trouble everyone. Don't beat, don't use harsh words. Go and hammer the nail to the wooden board. Teacher said. Then he went with the hammer and do like that. Few days ago, he cannot find any place to
Hammer.
nail a hammer. So because every time he get angry, sometimes he hammer 10 nails in the one board. Then he come back to the teacher. Teacher, I couldn't find any place to nail a hammer because there is no place in wooden board. Then teacher said, so now keep it the wooden board with nails with you. Then every time you get angry, keep it out, take it out, put out the nails from the wooden board. Then he go back and do that like that. You know, wood hammer is the easy, but
Taking
taking out is not easy.
pulling out. They're terrible.
It's too difficult for the kids.
Yeah.
So, however, he managed to do it. When anger arises in his mind, he do it. Few days ago, all nails come out. Then he go back to the teacher with hammer and bag of nails and wooden board. So now you can imagine what happened to wooden board. What was? Lot of holes in wooden board. So now teachers,
Like a honeycomb.
let's see. I give you a nice and clear and good wooden board, but now there are so many holes in it. So can you repair it like a previous one, like a nice wooden board?
No.
No. It is impossible. I cannot do it. The teacher advised. That's why what happened when anger arises in our mind, in our heart. Each time anger arises in our heart, there may be a hole in our heart. At the same time, others. We can say sorry. We can, when nail hammer, but we can take it out. But it is impossible to repair the hole. So it is the same. When anger arises in our mind, it takes holes. But after that, we can say sorry. But what happened? We cannot repair the hole. It is not easy to repair our hole in our heart. So that was a good advice for that children. Then he realized that it is not good. Make holes in our mind, ourselves and to others. If we make holes in our heart, it is not easy to repair. If it is physical hole, a physical wound, we can prepare it and do it like physical treatment. But within our heart, it is not easy. So on that day, the students be nice everyone, because he know now what happened, anger rise in our mind. So now everyone like to make friendship with him because he changed. He was nice. He was friendly everyone. So that's the story. So now it's our time to think about ourselves, reflect about ourselves. What happened to us when anger arises in our mind? When anger arises in our heart? Every time anger arises, there may be a hole. We cannot fix it up. It is not easy to repair like it was in previous time. It was the first. So just think, how many holes now in our heart? How many? Sometimes we may have made holes in our parents, our teachers, our friends. So many holes we have made.
The thing about the honeycomb.
It's not.
So that's to reflect. We cannot repair. It is not easy to repair the previous holes. But now on, we have to think, we have to reflect. If it make holes in ourselves and others. That's my lesson.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.